Hi everyone, I'm Nicy-ow. Today I will show you my game I played against National Master from USA. The game was played by correspondence, 5 days per move. I want to tell you that English is not my native language, so I am sorry for my mistakes in advance. You can correct me and write my mistakes. Let's go. My opponent has white, I have black. The game started with e4, e6. It is a French defense, but usually I play Caracan, so it is opening experiment for me. d4, d5, knight d2. After this move we played the rush variation of the French defense, and this possibility of transition into a system which Grandmaster Nicy-ow recommended to play. It is knight f6 by third move. So play knight f6, e5. The knight is attacked, I move it to d7, and further plan is very easy. According to the teaching of Nicy-ow, d4 is a base pawn, as it's written in his book, so need to undermine it. I can do it by c5, and if we look from white side, he needs to move f pawn to undermine my e6 pawn. Bishop d3, and here play planned move c5. I'm undermining d4 pawn. White protects it by c3 and makes free the square for his queen. Particularly his bishop can retreat there, or queen can move through this square. Knight c6, increasing pressure on central pawns e5 and d4. Standard move for French defense. White plays knight e2. It is also standard knight placing. Another knight on d2 often moves to f3, and then d4 will be totally reinforced square. cd. This is a famous strategy method. One knight is on d2 and pawn is on c3. Then you can use unsuccessful placing of knight. Just play cd, and now knight on d2 has a few good squares because it cannot be moved to e4 or c4. cd in reply. I don't wait until white finishes his development and reinforce the center, so I play f6 to win central pawn, ef. I don't want to play gf, because pawn shield for black's king will come in handy in the future, so my knight takes f6. Kingside castling, bishop d6. Development of the piece, and bishop takes aim at h2. It is square next to white's king. Knight f3, reinforcing the center and take h2 under control. Kingside castling. Now I have the rook on half open file. We can see that black's pieces take aim at center and slightly at white's kingside. Bishop f4. White offers me to trade bishops. I don't want to do it on f4 because it helps white to move his knight closer to the center. If my opponent wants to develop his pieces, then let him to do it himself. Therefore I play knight h5. What bishop is going to do now? Move away to g3 or trade? It should be better for him if he trades bishops. So the bishop takes my bishop, and my queen takes the bishop. Positions are equal by material, but in my opinion, position of black is more preferable because black has already captured f4 square, which is on opponent's side, and it will be convenient to attack white's king from this square. Knight g3. I move my knight to f4, and white has decided to save his bishop and move it away to c2. Now waiting for white to finish his mobilization, black struck at center. As soon as it has become possible to do it, need no wait and do it at once. de. Knight takes e5. We can see that black gets ahead in development. Bishop c8 plays from its place, and rook a8 will be go out into game as soon as bishop passes it. White pieces are developed not so good. White queen doesn't let rooks take central lines. Rooks should to have time to move to e1 from f1 and d1 or c1 from a1. And need to find a good square for white's queen. It will very likely be d2. Knight d4. The bishop gets out into game with a tempo and lets the rook out. Bishop g4. It is a tricky move. Bishop g4 causes f3 promotion. It is such method which you can often see in Grunfeld defense for black. The bishop moves to g4 and then moves away to d7. It could be moved to d7 at once, but it is very important to weaken f2 square and g1 b6 diagonal. It is such a subtle positional move, and it will affect this game later. So bishop moves away to d7. White continues developing pieces, and black moves his rook to d8. Important and useful, because d-pawn is passed pawn and need to support pawn towards promotion from behind it. But now white's knight is blocking this pawn, but it is not going to stay there all the time, so the rook will be useful in the future. I expected knight g3 to f5, but my opponent played queen d2. It's predictable. White's queen goes to d2, because there are no any good squares for queen, and need to free d1 square for a rook. Black doesn't let white finish development, so knight c4. The mate allows of no delay. Unprotected pawn b2 and queen d2 are attacked at the same time. So queen goes to c3, queen b6, knight is pinned. Position is still equal, but it is more easy to play by black because pieces are easy to maneuver and white hasn't finished development yet. And as we can see that weakened diagonal g1 b6 is proved to be useful. b3. White's move was a blunder because white loses material. This blunder was likely caused by black's attack. My opponent has just got confused. Sure, it is bad to play like this, and now white's going to lose material. Knight a3. The idea is to take on c2, because white cannot take my knight, and if he takes my knight by queen, then I will take d4 by my queen with check. But he wants to save his bishop and move away to d1. However, it makes white lose. White's knight and queen are under attack, and losses are inevitable. Queen b2. Queen takes d4 with check. I take his knight by queen in order to exchange queens, because it is more convenient to play when opponent has less material. Queen d4, knight d4. White's king is moving to center and gets all forks in despair. Knight takes e1, king d4, knight g2. White's king is a center now, and I killed g2 pawn. Now white has 3 pawns islands, 2 of them h and f3 are isolated. It is obvious that with such weaknesses white is going to lose. Moreover, white is down in material. Bishop c2. Rook takes f3. I took the weak f3 pawn. Rook d1. It is an attempt to put pressure on d5. But even if I lose this pawn, I will win anyway, because of a huge advantage. Knight e3. Black wants to trade the knight for the bishop. Rook d3. It doesn't help white. Knight c2 check. King c3. And here we play rook d3 check. Black trades pieces. There's another good move in my opinion, and also computer shows it. Rook c8. But to count 13-15 moves made is not easy for simple people. Easy to win strategically. Rook d3, king d3, and knight b4. Fork for king and a2 pawn. King d4. I don't take his a2 pawn because I don't want to lose my central passed pawn. So play bishop g4. Certainly there are other ways to win. King e5, d4, king e4, d3. King is outside the square and black uses this inaccuracy and nothing can help white. d2. White's king, as a gentleman, has conduct a lady to promotion square and goes to f4. Black promotes pawn to queen. King moves to g5. And black can checkmate white by different ways. One way is rook d5, king h4, and g5. Cute checkmate by pawn. The game has been finished on a high note. So, for me this game against titled player firstly was a test, which led me to test myself. Once again, the simple truth got confirmed that the winner is not one who has a title, but that one who relies on common sense, choosing moves. And specifically in this case, I think that the opponent was psychologically broken by my stubborn game. And this can be seen in the 19th move. Probably my active play signs 12th move, or maybe even signs 8th move, was a signal for him about future difficulties. So thanks for your attention. Goodbye.